Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dragagon, and this is Gregtech New Horizons. So, if I open up my inventory, you guys can see I have quite a bit of material sitting in here. This is all the material necessary, with the exception of the yttrium that I need to get from running my from running one of these guys. I might be able to do this in here. Yeah, that looks good. I have not quite enough to do this. I thought I had enough for 8 times, but I only have enough to run it 7 times. But that will get me the yttrium that I need in order to finish out the ink alloy stuff that I have to work with. You can see the rest of the materials here. That is for the other, what is it, ink alloy 020 versus the MA256 or something like that is the one that uses the yttrium. So there we go. I've got enough for, I guess I get 8 instead of 7. I needed 7, so getting an 8th one was just kind of a bonus. It is nice to have. Phosphorus, some oxygen, which is really quite pointless here. Let's just go ahead and dump that in here. And then break and replace that. Fine. There we go. I haven't done anything with getting my armor upgraded, but one thing I did accomplish was I now have 373 of the silky comb. So that was everything I needed in order to get that done. You can see I made the alveary stabilizer and the hatchery. I haven't put those to use yet, but I do have them. I also ended up getting a pecan sapling out of my forestry trees down below. I was jumping down there to check on my bees and had one in my, what is that, common beech? This one? Yeah, common beech. The one tree I had down there had a spot that I could shear or graft off, and I ended up getting a pecan sapling out of that. So that's kind of cool. It is not one of the quest saplings. I was really hoping for the quest sapling, but it is what it is. In any case, over here I have the rest of the materials. I have my 40 vanadium plate. I have my 10 vanadium steel frame boxes, so those two can go together to make the half casing 1, and then I can combine that with the vanadium gallium, and I need, what is this? I need 10 tantalum. So there we go. There's the 10 tantalum that goes with it, and then those will get the half-complete casing 2s, and then here is all of the dense lead that I need in order to make those, sorry, those initial, what are those things called? The initial vanadium redox power cells. So I have everything I need in order to get this stuff going. The one thing I do need to do is to get the, I need to get the ink alloy and stuff made over in this guy. So it's going to take a little bit of time. It makes, both of these make 25 ingots each, so I do have to be careful. Yeah, let's see. If we go with the yttrium, this one, it makes 25 ingots out of this, because you can see that 16, 19, 24, 25, and that'll make 25 ingots worth. It takes 40 seconds each in this guy, and I have to run this one 7 times, and then the other one is with the copper dust, and that is, yeah, this guy right here. I need 13 runs of this with iron, nickel, chrome, and copper dust in order to make the ink alloy 020, because that gets used quite a bit in making the other things for this. The substation external casings need 4 ingots each, and I have to make 80 of these things, so yeah, that took quite a bit there. And then I need to make the titanium screws. That's not too bad. That's just 40 ingots, and I've got like 130 in my AE system right now. So I am going to smelt this stuff up. Let's see. All right, here we go then. Oh, this is not good. I don't have an input bus large enough to hold it, so I am going to have to find another input bus and swap that thing out. So yeah, I will get that stuff worked on, and I will see you guys back here once I have some molten metal to play with. All right, I was able to make an MV input hatch. I went ahead and started up one batch of this stuff just to see what it will do for me. And there we go. There is that. Now this guy only holds 3,200 millibuckets, and it makes 3,600, so I can only do so much before it runs out of space. But one of the nice things is that I can grab this fluid tank and I can soak up the metal without having to deal with it myself. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and slap this guy right here. Yeah, that'll work. And so I'm just going to work on getting this molten ink alloy made up. I will also do the other ink alloy, and then I'm going to take it all and put it over with the fluid solidifier and make ingots out of it so that I can turn it into the rods and plates that I will need. So I will catch you guys back here once I have all of this stuff melted down and ready to go. Alright, it seems I did a little bit of a goof. I did make the ink alloy, and I made it into the ingots. And it turns out that in order to extrude these things, you need to have an EV extruder. Now, fortunately, I can use an MV fluid extractor to get the liquid back out, and then I can use a fluid solidifier with the correct thing, this EV fluid solidifier. So I actually had to go back over to one of my older bases where my smeltery is still set up. I don't know why I haven't moved that over here yet. And I had to make this rod mold so that I could make the rods necessary to produce some of the parts. If we take a look at the power substation, I just need 3 plates. But these substations require these guys, and these guys will require my EV assembler to run, as well as the rods, and the rods, of course, are 2-to-1 through the fluid solidifier. So I brought one of my batteries up from underneath my mixer, and I figured I'd start off with the 3 plates I need. So I'll just go 1, 2, 3. And this is going to be a slow process remelting this stuff down, but at least I can do it with MV power and not having to worry about having screwed up completely. From there, once I have that done, then I will start melting down and making the rods that I will need. I need 160. Yeah, it's 160 for this stuff. 160 rods in order to make this, which is the equivalent of 80, no, yes, no, not quite. That is 4 rods, so that's 320 of those, which is 160 ingots. So I will check this. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 120. And I said I need 160. So there is 160 of those guys to melt down and then reprocess back into rods. So that will take some time, and of course it's going to use up quite a bit of power. Well, maybe not quite a bit of power, but I won't be able to run this at the same time that I am running my alloy blast smelter, so it will take me a bit of time to get these guys reprocessed back down properly. I'm also going to look at doing the exact same thing when it comes to the plates. These plates probably also have to be, I can either fluid solidify it or an HV bending machine or an HV extruder. So I'm just going to do it right the first time, and since all of that ink alloy is only necessary for making 2 plates here and then the 4 plates around each of these things, I can just set it to plate mode and smelt it all. I've also got all of my screws ready for when things are ready. And then over here in this bag, I have my 4 main frames, my 4 double niobium titanium plates, and a quantum eye to make that field. Let's just go ahead and do that real quick. I need these guys in order to make the... nope, wrong way. In order to make the field generator tier 3. And then that guy combines with this guy in the assembler. And let's see here. That's just an HV assembler for the 2 of those. Nothing special down in there. So what I can do is, now that I've got those 3 done, grab this. I'm going to just put it in here. And let's go ahead and build that guy. Let it chew up the power that it needs to here. Oof. Oh, I did not see how long that's going to take. Let's take a look at that real quick. It's going to take 2.4 million EU, and those things only hold 1 million, so I guess I'd better get my rear end down here. And let's grab those guys. Oh, that'll use 4 times the power. Yeah, this might have been a bad idea. Oh no, these are 10 million each. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of the energy crystals, the red energy crystals that only hold 1 million each, not these guys that hold 10 million each. So with it needing double the power, the 2.4 million, that thing still has plenty to get this guy completed. But once this thing completes, that will be one step closer. I have the 3 plates now, so let's go ahead and get those 3 plates plugged in. So it'll be 1, 2, 3 plates there. When this control circuit completes, it'll go in that top middle slot, and then I can move over here and get these guys formed into those rods. So yeah, lots of fun going on over here while I wait and wait and wait some more while we're building up all of these parts. But it will be done in this video, which is fantastic. I will be happy once I have this power substation set up and able to start getting power into it and pull power out of it. It'll be extremely helpful. Once this finishes, I'll go ahead and take another cut away while I wait for these guys to form the rods and then go smelt this stuff down in order to form the plates for those. So we'll see you back here after a while. Okay, it is taking long enough for this stuff to go. I still have a little over a stack of ink alloy left, and it's still producing rods, so I let it produce rods and then let this thing charge up and then do it again. I've got 1 full stack already over here just waiting. I also went ahead and just stuck the vanadium and vanadium steel in to get the half-complete casings, the first set done, just so that they're done. And in the meantime, I have been centrifuging out the silky propolis to get the silk wisps, and I have all 216 necessary to complete the first part of that woven silk quest, so I figured why not get the woven silk itself made. So there it is. The woven silk is nice. I should be able to get, I mean, that's enough to get the 24. And then along with that, I have the helmet and chest already done. So I just have to make the pants and boots. And then the rest of that I can make use of. In the meantime, I guess I need to do this. I need to wrench this. And I'm going to need to slap this down, and let's see where stuff is. Alright, so that's just doing that. Let's go ahead and do that, and that. And then I am going to need just 50 more honey. So let's grab, actually let's use up that. There we go. Actually, you know what? Regular honey is probably better than using the honeydew. The regular honey I have a ton of. The honeydew gets used in a couple of crafts. So we'll go ahead and use that. And what this is going to do is this, combined with 4 of these guys, is going to get me the Alviary sieve and knock out that quest. So there's that 24. Come on. Thank you. And then I need to make the Apiarist hat, shirt, pants, and boots. And let me just double check which ones I have up here in my chest. And then the other thing I can do is then I can attach it to my dark armor and just not have to worry about running around with it. So yeah, there's the shirt and the helmet. So I just need the pants. So a 7 and then a 4 for the boots, and then the leftovers I can make use of as I please. Again, the first thing it's going to is making that sieve. I don't really need anything else. Let's see here. Other than, I don't really need the materials the sieve provides, so there we go. We'll let that run. And then we'll get this down to a 4. And there's that. And then the nice thing is that I can do this then. Slap that there. And then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I just have to get out one of the alveoli pieces. And there it goes. There's the alveoli sieve. That's the last thing we needed there. So helmet and shirt. Pants are getting crafted. Then we'll craft the boots. And then I can go and grab a bunch of levels from my wisp spawn. And yeah, there we go. That first alveoli part is done. Transmission, fan, heater, lighting. Provides power to frame blocks that need it throughout the alveoli. So the fan would be nice for running my current alveoli in order to lower the temperature, because most of the bees don't like the heat of being in a rainforest. The lighting is good so that I can run it during the daytime. The electrical stimulator, that's going to be one of the big ones, especially for mutagenic. So I'm going to probably be making lots of golden electric tubes. And the other one will probably be the charged, in order to lower the lifespan, so the obsidian ones. So those aren't too difficult to make in order to make a bunch of electrical stimulators in order to help out my guys. And then mutator, vastly accelerate, even allowing those ultra rare bees to be bred. So yeah, that will be afterwards. Getting this sieve was a huge deal there. Oh, and that means that I can also claim these rewards and get 8 more alveoli blocks, which may actually get me another alveoli. There we go. 22, I need 27, so I may be using some of these things even if I don't actually attach them, just to get those things done. There's the pants, and then the 4 is making the boots. There we go. Let this guy charge up. I've got another stack there. We're getting close. All right, so I'm going to keep going, and we'll see you back. And I'm down to the last crucial steps. I have half of my substation external casings here. I have the ink alloys in place here, as well as the control circuit that I made. I have the other set of ink alloy and titanium screws ready. I just need to make the these frame boxes out of the ink alloy here in my inventory. And then over here, what I can do is go ahead and get those started. But then in addition to that, I also have the half-complete casing 2s here. It was just a simple throw the tantalum in there and allow an MV machine to make that. The last thing is taking these guys along with this ridiculous set of plates there. And then you can see in my inventory I have quite a bit of oxygen sitting in here. I've got 8 of these 32-liter cans, and I've got 6 of the 8-liter cans, and those will go in here. I can start with these guys and allow them just to empty themselves out. And then once those guys are done, then I can slap these guys on there, and I'll have to run it through twice since the oxygen, since the fluid tank only holds 16 millibuckets each. So it'll run through all of these once, and then it'll have to run through it a second time. But that is going to take up quite a bit of power. So I am taking my time with this, I guess. But at least I will be able to get all of this stuff done. I did go ahead and also put on the Apiarist suit into my dark armor so that I could do that. And then I decided to grab an armor, or one of those armor things here. Let's see here, that one. So that I can turn on, or so that I can switch out for my nano suit if I want to. I am thinking about, and because I really would rather not wait until the possible Better Questing patch comes out to solve stuff, I am going to just kill off the mobs on screen, and then I'm going to forcibly complete these couple of quests. I need to forcibly complete that one. I killed the creeper a while ago. You guys saw that on camera, watching me nearly die to the evolved creeper's TNT. But I want to go and knock out the Phantom Knight and then the Ergast, and the only way to do each of those, well, I mean, I could do it other ways, but easiest way is to snipe them with my crossbow, even though I did go to the effort of upgrading my cleaver. You can see I've got the tungsten steel parts on there, and my, it's got a fairly decent amount of damage, but I'd really rather just one-shot stuff, or, a few-shot stuff with my Heartseeker bow here. I am considering looking to see if there's a better crossbow limb, just so that I can maybe get this thing upgraded again. That may actually end up being the tungsten steel. I'm not sure yet. So it'd be nice to get something that has good durability and is able to really pack a punch with the arrows on the arrow speed. Arrow speed is probably the more necessary of the two of those things. But anyway. All right, there are those 40, so we can slap those in. Let's just go ahead and make all 80 of those, and then just double check that that quest updates with those. Yeah, there we go, 40 of those. The other thing it wants is a power station control node, and 2 of these guys go into that. So all that is left is us getting through this stuff. So I'm going to let this thing do its thing, draining those out into there, and then I can slap in all but one of these, and then as many of these as will fit for right now. So there we go. We'll let that thing run. It'll slowly drain down into there, and then from there we'll have our complete casings. Yeah, this will be a good run for us, I think. I probably, though, need to go get one more of the batteries down here, because this is quite the process for my poor little line that is all mixed up and doesn't feed it enough power. I think it's on an MV line right back there, so that definitely will not keep up. But there is the first of our vanadium redox power cells. I am happy to finally be getting those things taken care of. yeah, this thing will just drain out. I'll have to run it through a second time. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I'll bring you guys back in as soon as these things are done. All right, I let it finish up. There's our 19 redox power cells. And if I take one of those, actually, let me just double check, make sure it, okay. I hate when quests take a little bit of time and I end up using an item and then, yeah, you don't get the quest complete for it. But there is our power station control node. So that's for our power substation. Having 18 of these means that I will be able to hold 1.8 billion EU in the thing at the very get-go. I have only an HV dynamo hatch. I am going to need, let's see here, this right here is an, I've already made the buffered dynamo hatch because this guy makes more than 1 amp. So I am going to have to make an EV dynamo hatch first, yeah, the EV dynamo hatch before this quest actually completes. I'm going to have to make one of these, and then I will have my choice of one of these things from the loot bag. So this is going to take me a little bit of time. I wasn't prepared to make one of these. It needs an EV pump. It needs, you know, the coolant cell's pretty easy. Extreme voltage coil cell. I've got to see if I have enough tungsten steel now, because that does take... what is that? 2, so 4 ingots to make this? Yeah, 4 ingots to make one of these guys. So I've got to see if I have the stuff necessary, get it crafted up to make the dynamo hatch in order to complete this quest. So what that means for me right now, I am thinking I need to start fleshing out my actual base here. One of the things I was considering doing is I was actually thinking about making this central pillar my battery. Essentially, yeah, running the battery from the bottom floor all the way up and then starting to actually fill in this base. You can see we have a massive amount of room, and of course I am sitting here on probably the 3rd floor up. Why? I have no idea why I chose the 3rd floor instead of like the 1st floor or even the 2nd floor, but I'm up here at the 3rd floor working away, and then I do have this 4th floor that is of course where I currently have nothing else. Well, I do have a little bit of stuff all the way over there for my Thaumcraft, and then we've got the roof. So yeah, having completed this quest, I am actually thinking about taking quite a bit of time and fleshing out this base, maybe doing some base design, rearranging, who knows, all kinds of a disaster that I've got going on right here. Now that I have AE2, really the only thing I'm using IC2, or sorry, the Project Red stuff for is the collection of certain resources and the moving around of cells when I need it. I've taken everything else out of there. So the only thing it's pulling out of here usually is the empty cells in order to fill stuff up. And then when it's moving stuff back, it's only moving the empty cells and then like the aluminum and silicon from doing the fluoride extraction. Everything else I think is a chemical and doesn't really have outputs. Oh, probably the sodium hydroxide from the chlorine output as well also comes over here. So those are really the only 2 things I use the Project Red. I don't know why I keep trying to call it IC2. The only thing I use the Project Red stuff for. So this may change in the near future and start to go to a more streamlined setup now that I don't need to run those things all over the place. And then with AE2, I can start to run just about everything else around where I need it. So yeah, I am considering closing up the hole in the floor and putting in this guy. I want to say it reaches up to this floor or maybe this floor. I'm not sure quite which yet, but what I've got built so far will not reach that high. So yeah, having all of this stuff prepped and ready, I'm going to start getting into some base design. I may end up moving my power because, yeah, power generation being all the way up here Again, don't need it when I've got the export of the lava products coming through the AE2 system. Just needs more cables. I got to make sure I don't break something before I've built everything I need. But I might start moving stuff around and getting stuff reorganized, start actually making use of the dirty power area for building, say, 4 EBFs that can share walls to do no gas, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen, so that I can prep everything that I need there. Helium might be an as-needed type thing. I may build a 5th one for helium. Who knows? We'll see what happens with that. But basically, I want to start running stuff around. That will mean that I am going to start looking at producing more helium, probably from monazite, so that I can make the superconducting cables to get them all over the place. Yeah, this base definitely needs some redesign work. So hopefully I don't get too carried away. In the next video, nothing much may change. I may start the next video almost immediately, but my goal is to make some regen potions, probably using witchery, and then I'm going to run around with my wonderful Heartseeker, repair my meteoric steel bolts, and I'm going to go destroy some Twilight Forest stuff, hopefully to unlock the next set of stuff. I really would like to get to the Carmenite. The Carmenite is necessary in order to get to this diamond-etched computational matrix because, of course, why not force you to use magical wood that needs the Carmenite that comes from killing the Urghast? So Phantom Knight, Urghast, hopefully next video, so that I can start getting some magical wood, because you don't make it with wood and magic books anymore. So yeah, anyway, we shall see you guys in the next video. Till then.